Hey guys, so I'm gonna do another quick get ready with me. I changed my background and I put the flowers in the bag that I got for my birthday. Oh, I hope you like it. So for this video, I'm gonna do that like spatula technique that I talked about. I don't remember if I talked about it in one of my videos or not, but I saw a lot of like people using spatula to apply foundation and giving like that complete, perfect, flawless full coverage, and I really wanted to try it. This is not even a true spatula, but this is all I could find because today is Good Friday and a lot of places are closed, so let's get this going. So for this video, I'm going to use the same foundation I always do, which is the Smashbox 24-hour foundation. I just feel like it needs to be something more liquidy to apply it with the spatula, so that's why I'm using this one. With this one, I'm going to use a dot of the blue foundation from LA Girl for color correction technique. So for this video, I'll be talking about some of my most embarrassing moments throughout my life. I got inspired recently from somebody and I really wanted to talk about it, kind of like how people do 20 things learned in 20s and all that. Let's start with the most recent one to going towards like the past. So the most recent one was last year or something, I think. I was with somebody and we broke up, and then he just kind of like stopped seeing me. So I'm like seeing this guy and he breaks up with me, totally broke my heart. And so I started seeing somebody else like really fast. And so this other guy I started seeing really fast like invites me over, and maybe needs to be more. Okay, yeah, I do see a difference in coverage. So he invites me over, and after like we do stuff like, you know, and watch a movie. I don't know what we were fighting about at the time. Like, I don't remember exactly like what he was saying. That he says something about not my problem. He said something about something, and then he said not my problem. So I was like, I came here all the way and now you're saying not my problem? And I've had it, you know. So I had like I think he gave me like a soda or something, so I had that in my hand. So I like drop it all over his bed, and I was like, now it's your problem too. Also, I dropped water on his like carpet, and I was like really angry, you know. He goes like, I was just kidding, you know, we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. And I was like, that's more like it. By the way, like I didn't like him after that. I was like done with him. But it's just a very embarrassing slash funny slash kind of something that I take a joyful kick in my heart about, you know. Okay, so the second embarrassing moment actually happened. I had just heard that like Robert Downey Jr. was opening his like new organization, and I really wanted to be a part of it. So I ended up like writing him a letter and like actually typing it out and putting like my resume with it. I was like, I think I'll be great for your organization. I'll do this. And then on top of all of that, it was more like a modeling portfolio because I really love Robert Downey Jr. And I ended up like mailing it. And then, you know, obviously I never heard back because it wasn't even, you know, it wasn't really that much all that professional. It was more like I feel so embarrassed about telling this because it was more like funny modeling. Like, I don't know why I did that. So anyways, I like ended up like mailing it, and I was like, I hope Robert Downey Jr. like, you know, hires me or something. And I'm not even like really connected in that field, like whatever he was doing at the time, you know. And this wasn't when I was 15. This was like freaking like when I was doing rotations in Maryland. So it was like very recent. I do sometimes get replies, but only from his team, and you know. So I thought that was an embarrassing moment. I don't know. It was only because I really like Robert Downey Jr. I mean, not only because he's a most respected actor in the film industry, but also because if you look at like his life, you know, it's like a motivation for literally everybody, because he had like issues with drug abuse or whatever difficulties he was having with his life, and then how he managed to overcome that, and then like made history with Marvel. Like he said he was nervous going to his first like audition, and just everything. His whole life is so amazing, and it gives other people motivation. So that's why I wanted to really work with him, and hopefully, I'm still gonna make the same mistakes and keep making same mistakes until I work with him. Concealer. So the third most embarrassing moment was actually, I would say, a long time ago. I think I was still in university, and so I was seeing this guy, and for the longest time, and we had just broken up, and I was so devastated because I think it was 2 years into the relationship, and I was having a very hard time, without him. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna drive to his place and see how he's doing. It's only been 2 days, he's probably sad too. And so I go over to his place, and there's a party. Okay, for the eyes, I'm using one of these shades. I got this from Amazon, and there were like 5 or 6 shades for like $10. So I went over to his place, and I'm thinking like, he's probably sad too. I mean, no one moves on this fast. And he's having a party. So I'm like, I first tried to ring the bell, and he didn't open. And at the time, I was practicing kickboxing, just for fun. And then I saw like, so those like apartments that are on the ground floor, and then the first as soon as you enter, there's like a window right next to it, like the living room. So I see that the window is like, kind of open. So I was like, oh, great time to practice kickboxing. So I kicked the window. So anyways, I kicked the window, and I'm just darkening it because I feel like this ended up becoming too light. So I'll darken it a little bit. So I kicked the window, and like it obviously breaks. He comes around and he opens the door. He's like, Shroon. And then I was like, yeah. And then I'm on the couch talking to another girl. And I'm like, yeah, you're having a party and you didn't invite me? And then he goes like, oh, well, we broke up, so I thought you may be busy. So I was like, okay, so I just applied lipstick, and I applied eyeliner and put the same eyelashes that I wear every day. Okay, so at this point, I'm a little annoyed, right? And usually, like, Ukrainians and Russians are usually really good with like security, and, in every way, they're very like fast with it. But for some reason, I was better at this than him. Like, I easily got in his place. Maybe it's just this one that's a little stupid. And I'm like, I see that girl on his like couch sitting, and I'm like, you moved on in 2 days? And then I was like, getting a little mad. Obviously I didn't say this in a calm voice like how I am saying it now. So that girl's like scared sitting on the couch. And like, she was also, I think she was Russian maybe, or Ukrainian. And he's like, sure. The girl is like, terrified sitting on the couch. And I'm like, I can't believe you moved on. And then we're having like this like fight, and he's like, please, no, don't do this. Don't create a fight over here. I'm really talking, I'm on a date, look. Then I'm starting to get even more mad with his responses, And so I just go upstairs, and I like I go upstairs to his room in his apartment, and I like lock the door. And then he comes upstairs running after 5 minutes. And he's like, well, can I come in? And I was like, oh, I thought you wanted to spend time with your date. And so he goes like, well, she left. And then I was like so happy about that. So I was like, okay, well then since she left, you can just go downstairs and sleep on the same couch because I'm not opening the door. You're gonna have a fight. I was like, okay, so since she already left and you're not gonna get your room today, you can go downstairs and sleep on the couch, the same couch you were talking to her with. And then so he goes like, no, please don't do this. Like, can you just open the door, please? And then I like opened the door, and then, you know, there was like this, like, I think broken stuff somewhere, because I think they were like, it was a party, so a lot of people went to his room to make out, and he says, oh, don't go there, you know, there's stuff there and you may get hurt. So he carries me, you know, and he's like, you're okay. And then we hug each other. And then instead of getting angry at me, like, instead of like saying anything in the morning, like when everything was settled, he like took me out to breakfast and we have a conversation. And, you know, I really thought he was never going to talk to me again. But then we ended up dating for 7 more years after that. So men do love bitches. Anyways, this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope you realize that it's okay to be embarrassed, and it's okay to talk about your embarrassing moments. And it's also important to talk about your failures and your difficulties just as much as your successes. So have a great day and happy Easter.